Set hut. We're back any given weekend. We're all in the building. I'm here. I know everybody was saying, where's Coop? Where's the man, the myth, the legend? I'm back this week. It's good to be back.
It's good to have you back, Bob.
Good to see you. Yeah.
I didn't like hosting all that much, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a different look for sure. I mean, people probably hopped on and was like, damn, Cooper gained about like 20 pounds or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But
that's crazy.
Just kidding. Drew did a great job hosting. Got to talk about the camera.
Drew didn't host.
It was on camera. Like Drew did.
Drew did a good job
yeah.
on camera.
Yeah, like filling my spot. He got to talk about Miami football, which we'll get into that as well. But yeah, we got semifinals, college football to talk about. Talk about the quarterfinal games. Yeah, let's get going. So
we can get into it.
You want to go start with the quarterfinal games? You got any big news recently that you've seen?
I think the last time we recorded, Kyle Whittingham wasn't the Michigan head coach. So just want to say that was a great hire for Michigan. Think he fits really well. But fuck Michigan. We're not even in the playoffs. No one gives a fuck about us. We're talking about Miami finally getting its 20-plus year revenge on Ohio State. A great playoff game.
If you see the colorway right now, I got orange on. This is green, right? Because, I walked in and B-Will, my roommate, was like, why are you wearing gray? And I was like, brother, you're blind as a bat if you think this.
Seafoam green,
but it's far from gray.
I don't know if it's hurricane green, but
it's only green
I had. It's gray.
Okay.
But yeah, the Miami game. Drew, you were at the game. In the trenches
in
down
Dallas.
There. Let me hear your thoughts on it, Bob.
I mean, AT&T is that stadium's just insane. I've been there before when I saw LSU and Joe Burrow kick the shit out of them back in 2019. Yeah, it's cool. They've got like this little courtyard area. They scan your tickets way outside the stadium. So you get in, there's like this courtyard area. You can go in and out of the stadium. They had this like DJ that was playing, this big like gazebo where all these Ohio State fans were. It was just a crazy atmosphere. Went down with my coworker who grew up in Ohio. He's a big Ohio State fan. Thought I got us seats in a more neutral side, and we were surrounded by Canes fans, which I obviously loved because there's not a whole lot of times that, when they score a touchdown, I'm going crazy, or when there's a sack and I'm high-fiving.
Pick six.
Yeah. By the end of the game, I was that guy in the section that was on a big third down. I'm standing up. I'm turning around. I'm trying to get the crowd fired up. And it helped because a lot of people in the section liked me. That when the pick six happened, I was out getting beers, going to the bathroom, and it was in the atrium. But me and some random Canes fan, we didn't even know each other. We just hugged each other because it was just a great moment. But, yeah, to be able to experience that, to break the streak, I've mentioned it before, never seen any of my teams win in person.
Yep.
To be able to see that live was an experience I will never forget, and a huge win. Cristobal had them boys ready. They dogged them in the trenches. Caden Curry, I hope your ass is as sore as your fucking head because you're a fucking sore loser. 9 out of 10 times we know it would win.
True.
Well, fortunately that didn't happen in the fucking playoffs. So
that is what I've heard after every single Ohio State loss since Ryan Day has taken over. Them make it seem like they should have easily won the game, and that there was just a couple plays and whatnot. Yeah, I thought it was a very impressive win by Miami.
Miami money line was beautiful.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. That pick six was like
swung the game.
Yeah, that was like the big time. Like you needed that play.
And that was second? Because Miami scored.
And that happened right after that big 50-yard bomb to Jeremiah.
From Jeremiah Smith. Yeah. That was a crazy momentum play. And honestly, I think that Michigan should get some credit for Ohio State losing this year. I think the fact that they beat us and Ryan Day was so focused on beating us that they took their foot off the gas, and I think we made them lose 2 straight. So I think we should get credit for that also.
They haven't. You can tell Ohio State has not seen pressure like that. I mean, Ruben Bain and Mesidor. I mean, there were times where they didn't have to really blitz backers or DBs. They just let the front 4 pin their ears back, and when you got Bain and Mesidor on both sides, you can just tell them, all right, get after the quarterback. Ruben Bain,
how many sacks?
Continues. They had 5 in that game.
Yeah, and what was
7 against Texas A&M, 5 against Ohio State. Ruben Bain had 2, I think, 2 or 2.5. He just continues to raise.
Wasn't it crazy for Ohio State? How many sacks did they give up going into the Indiana game? It was like
they'd only given up like 5
or
6 on the entire
year, and then they give up 4 against
Indiana,
and then
5
against
Ohio State.
Yeah.
Their O-line got exposed by Ohio State. Yeah. There was a play by Ruben Bain where they ran like a stretch run play, and Ruben Bain just carries an offensive lineman with him on one hand, and with the other hand, like grabs the running back to make a tackle. Like Ruben Bain, when he's playing
on one play.
Yeah, when he's playing like that, dude, he is so scary, and he's one of the best pass rushers in the country when he's playing like that.
For sure, top 10 pick. I know that a lot of draft guys are saying, "Oh, he's got short arms, blah blah blah." Well, he's got a motor. That boy's from the slums of Miami Central High School. He's a dog.
He's
just
Miami
a dog,
Jet.
Man.
Oh, Miami Jet.
Aaron Donald has short arms.
Yeah, trench baby.
Plays a lot like Aaron Donald.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, that was a big win for Miami. A legendary FaceTime call with the fellas afterwards. Drew's back at the hotel.
Lit.
He hits he bangs our line, and I answer, and all I hear is, "It's all about the you. It's all about the you."
I was yelling, hit stick, bust dick, talk shit. Probably, I don't know. I can't say how many times I yelled that as we were walking out. A few Cane stands started chanting it with me. I think I said that on.
We might have to put some screenshots of the FaceTime call because it was just
I don't know if we want those screenshots of Drew out there.
Yeah,
those
Drew,
are
don't do that.
No, yeah.
You don't have
maybe just a few.
You don't have my consent.
Maybe just a few, but yeah, legendary call afterwards. Got to see his live reaction. Yeah. It was just it was a good day to be a Kane fan.
Appreciate all the fellas riding. Everybody at home was cheering for. Obviously, they wanted the upset. Nobody really likes Ohio State. I know Nate was rooting hard for Miami.
I had my Miami sweatshirt on, Bob.
He did.
I was locked in.
Yeah.
It was hard to take them just because of the curse. It was like, man, do I want to see him break the curse first? But
yeah, and the biggest thing,
I put money on Miami.
I said this in the group chat too. I think the biggest takeaway, one last thing, and then we can move on to Ole Miss, Georgia. The biggest thing coming out of this is that the ACC is letting Miami keep all $14 million that they've earned so far, and it's been confirmed because since Florida State and Clemson threw a fit and like damn near threatened to sue, now the ACC, that is going to go a long ways with NIL. I hope the college football world is ready.
That was a program-defying win by Miami.
Last
beating
2 games.
A team like that in that sort of playoff game.
Huge for recruitment, huge for the program, huge for the culture, huge for Cristobal.
Well, just this playoff run, I'm not gonna lie, we'll get into the Ole Miss, but if it was Georgia Miami, I'm probably taking Georgia over Miami, but I really like y'all's chances against Ole Miss now.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all are just playing hot. Y'all are a hot team right now.
We can talk about that one. I did want to bring up Jeremiah Smith dapping up all the Miami coaches and players. Could he hit the portal and kind of?
Did you see his face light up when Shannon Dawson came over?
I don't know if I saw it specifically.
His face clearly. It's still a stretch to say that he's gonna leave.
I can't see it.
A lot of people think he might pull a Jamar and sit out because he really doesn't have anything else to prove. I don't think he's that type of player. I think he's hungry and want to play. But I mean, it's the NIL era. It's a whole lot different ball game nowadays.
You heard what he said.
It's a pipe dream for him to leave, but when Shannon Dawson came over, you could tell his face lit up, and they kind of did an exchange where Shannon Dawson told him something.
Yeah, and his press conference, he said that if Miami was rolling like this when they were recruiting him, that he probably would have been there, which is a crazy thing to say in a press conference.
Dave Portnoy quote tweeted the video of Jeremiah dapping everybody up. He said, you can tell this guy wants to be a Cane so bad.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. If he hit the portal and went
Could you imagine him and Tony?
That'd be unfair.
Oh my gosh.
You just got to figure out the QB situation next year.
That'd be a super team.
I was reading something that who was I reading that Miami was going to go get at QB?
They made an offer to Sorsby, but I think he's pretty much locked up with Tech. Since his girlfriend's going there.
I forget who it was. It was somebody.
It ain't Levitt.
Yeah, I can't.
But
Levitt,
they're in that tough spot
Levitt.
because they're trying to obviously prepare for. They're still in the playoffs. You got all these other teams like Florida State, teams that are out.
Going after
they're signing. Yeah, they're lining OU. Everybody's lining up visits for portal guys. Miami's trying to get some guys in. Like,
how would you feel with DJ Lagway?
The linebacker from Pitt, who's like the number one linebacker in the portal. He was supposed to visit, but Miami said, "Oh, well, we're going to hold off."
He might be at OU right now.
Miami's in that weird spot where like they're obviously not focused on the portal right now because they're 2 games or 1 game from playing a national championship at home.
Yeah.
So they're trying to.
That's the problem.
Guys.
This is what coaches preach. Yeah, they've been saying like
the schedule's fucked up.
Yeah, because it's some teams get ahead of the portal game, and while others are still prepping for games.
You could be like Indiana, and they've had recruits on visits while preparing also.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Indiana, Bama Rose Bowl, belt to ass.
Bible belt.
By Indiana. I mean, just a snooze fest from Alabama. I mean, it was what, 38
to 3. It really wasn't even all that close. And Indiana was just like literally.
Indiana has that chip on their shoulder this year.
Yeah, but every single part of Alabama versus Indiana was just like better. Like
they just dominated
top to bottom. And it's crazy to think in 2020, I guess 2026 now, that Indiana, the Big Ten's historically worst team, can run the SEC's historically best team out of the Rose Bowl and just give them Bible belt.
Did you hear what Saban said? He was like, with his golf buddies were like, we're going to beat the crap out of them. And he's like, guys, like, these dudes can play. And they're just like, it's just hard to believe that Indiana is being known as a football school because they've just always been known as a basketball school.
Yeah.
It's like Signetti took over Bobby Knight, but just the football version. Like, he's Indiana's Bobby Knight for football.
They treat him like the Bobby Knight of football also. Yeah. They like damn near worship him. Yeah, there's not much to talk about in that Indiana game though. I mean, it was just straight.
Can we talk about Fernando's speeches? That man is a walking chat GPT.
He gets me fired up.
He's a walking LinkedIn resume.
He talks like a science teacher. He says flipping instead of the F word. Like, I love dudes that know that they're corny. They're like not trying to act cool or be cool, and they're just fully bought into the full like just corniness. Like that Tebow, just like they ask him a question while he's on the Rose Bowl. He's like, "Oh, well, thank you for such a beautiful question. That's a nice jacket you have on there. I would like to first start off by thanking God."
Like, this prestigious battle, I just can't wait to go to battle with my brothers. And
the Indiana, crazy that they can just run Alabama out of the Rose Bowl.
And it was interesting. I saw people were pointing out how old Indiana is too. Like they're 20. They're like all 4-year, 5-year guys.
Yeah, that's what Signetti kind of focuses on. He doesn't really touch high school kids like that. He's more of a production over potential, but also a lot of the guys.
You see that in basketball as well too.
Yeah, but a lot of the guys, like a lot of his defense, are JMU guys that he has slowly developed So he has a good balance on it. He does it the right way.
The
I mean,
average age for Indiana's roster is 22 and a half. That's basically all senior. Like that whole team is pretty much
3-4 year guys.
If you were to average it out, it's like all seniors and redshirt seniors.
And that's why they don't make mistakes. Like they don't. You'll never
Very
get them
disciplined.
You'll never get them in a 3rd and long. They're always going to be in 3rd and shorts. They have the best quarterback in the country. Their O-line does not miss blocks. Like they are. It's one of the craziest fucking teams I've ever seen. Just because they're like damn near perfect.
Yeah, and Mendoza, like some of his getting out of the pocket, his like first downs.
Yeah, he's
his
sneaky
running,
athletic. You forget about that, and that's another dimension to their offense.
And
like they are just so scary.
You say best quarterback in the nation. Another argument: Ole Miss versus Georgia. Trinidad, Chambliss.
Winadad.
Trinidad. Trinidad. That man played out of his mind in the Sugar Bowl. What a
that
was a crazy game too. I mean, that was back and forth.
Yeah, y'all two were at a birthday party when it was going on, so y'all didn't
live though.
I know, but y'all probably didn't get the full like locked in watching experience. That game was an all-time classic. I'm gonna be telling my kids about that Winadad performance.
Oh, you mean the family birthday party that you were invited to that you did not want to join?
Yeah, I mean, stepsister's birthday. We're adults here. It's a fucking birthday party. We can get over it. But the Ole Miss, that was Trinidad at one point had like 13 straight completions. He got into a zone to where he was literally throwing like just perfect footballs. Like it doesn't matter what defense you have.
And sometimes it looked like he was playing backyard football. Like he was running around. Like there was one play he dropped all the way back to like their 10-yard line and makes a pass. Another one he made that little like a chest pass.
Those
almost.
Plays were back to back to back. He started off with the like Patrick Mahomes throw. The next play was him running around for 30 seconds and then making a play to get a first down. And then the next play was him scrambling out. They blitz and he throws a dot on the run. Mm-hmm. He got into a zone that like if he gets into that zone against Miami, like you literally just have to just pray that like whenever they get into that type of zone. But yeah, that was a all-time performance. Shocked the world to me because everyone was picking Georgia.
And I mean, how many times have we watched teams this year play their second matchup, and it's always been like Georgia, Alabama. Alabama wins that first one at Georgia. They play again in the SEC championship. Georgia wins. OU, Alabama. OU wins the first one at Alabama. OU beats them. Mm-hmm. And then you got Ole Miss, Georgia. Ole Miss was beating the shit out of Georgia regular season. And now, I mean, it's hard to beat a team twice, I feel like, in one season in football.
Yeah, I agree.
Only thing I can think about right now that did it was Ole Miss beating Tulane twice.
They did beat Tulane twice, but they just had a talent advantage.
I tell you what, JMU and Tulane played better than Texas Tech than Bama. People were hating on these G5s, but those games were more interesting than the fucking Rose Bowl.
I mean, put a G5 against Indiana, it's going to be worse.
I mean,
Bob.
yeah, probably so. But
Indiana's probably the best team in the country right now. They're consistent on both sides of the ball. Alabama's the only thing that they had to do to stay in that game was keep it close and keep it low scoring because their offense wasn't going to do anything. We knew that going into that game.
Yeah.
No, I just loved all the hate of the G5.
Get rid of them. I'm still telling you to get rid of them.
You know, JMU puts up more passing yards and offensive yards than Texas Tech. Because like we're not even going to talk about the Texas Tech Oregon game because that was a complete snooze fest.
Well, yeah, Texas Tech they clearly weren't ready for that game.
Oh
but
my goodness.
Oh my
remix.
But like it's the curse of playing the second, having the bye.
The bye.
You only had one team.
They're 1-7 the past 2 years.
Indiana is the only team to survive in the last 2 years that had the bye week.
No, 1-7.
So now going forward, do you think teams are going to be like, I don't want the bye?
I mean, I don't know if I would want it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want.
It's hard to argue against stats and facts.
What I said was it depends on the team. I thought it would actually benefit Georgia.
I did
but
too.
I think it is a fact that like now that they're 1-7 in the past 2 years, that like the bye is some sort of advantage.
I heard that Sugar
disadvantage.
Bowl was damn near a home game for Ole Miss. Like it was. That's what Kirby said. It felt like a road game.
No, they're rallying around that, with the Lane Kiffin thing.
True.
Fans are going to
got
rally.
a chip on their shoulder too.
Yeah. I think like Indiana was the perfect example of a team that would survive that. Is that in that game specifically is because Alabama had no offense coming into it, and so all they had to do was score, and that game was going to be over.
Also, that Sugar Bowl game was the only game where you really had two teams in the same region, like Georgia, Ole Miss. That's a quick travel for those fans.
That's true.
Oregon, Texas Tech, they had to go to Miami. Indiana, Alabama, they had to go to California.
Yeah.
Miami, Ohio State had to go to Dallas.
Yeah,
And then you
that's
got
Yeah.
Ole Miss fans. I see on Twitter, they're like, oh, it's going to be nothing but Ole Miss fans in Phoenix. We'll see.
Which
Canes fans travel
They
too.
travel.
I mean, that game was a SEC championship game.
Yeah.
Basically, is
people were saying that
in their region.
people were saying that Kiffin was supposed to go to the game.
He was at the game.
I heard he did not go to the game. He was at the LSU women's basketball game. I heard he was supposed to go to the game. And he did not.
I saw a photo he put out on Twitter of like his kids at the game cheering for Ole Miss because he was like hashtag hotty toddy.
I don't think he was there though.
That doesn't mean
if
he
he
didn't
was
get a
there-
picture of his kids.
If he
sent
was
to him.
there,
Let me look
he
up on
would have
X.
been on TV. If he was there, he would have been on TV.
They would have showed it.
They would have
It's
found him.
confirmed right here. He was there with his wife. Or
That's not his wife.
That's not
That's
his
Kim
wife. That's
Mulkey.
Kim Mulkey. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
no.
there. Attends Tigers women's hoops game as Ole Miss beats Georgia.
Oh,
So he was at the basketball
hoop
game.
Yeah, so he went to the basketball game, collected $500,000 from
Yes,
LSU,
because
and watched his.
LSU's contract is every game that Ole Miss wins, they're paying him, right? Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, I get paying him.
Like that was a part of LSU's contract because if he stayed at Ole Miss, he'd be getting paid for every playoff.
Basically, the bonuses that Ole Miss he had in the contract with Ole Miss.
win. LSU agreed.
agreed to pay those as
Oh,
Ole Miss is
okay,
winning.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's leverage right there.
Did you see he replied to a tweet on Twitter where a guy was they were talking about how the LSU coaches that are coaching at Ole Miss right now that are going to be at LSU next year are tampering with players.
Yeah.
And some dude quote tweeted it and was like, if you asked a guy to take your girlfriend out on a date, then you can't complain if he maybe flirts with her. And like Lane replied with it and was like made like a troll post with it.
About that.
Because he was saying like the Ole Miss wanted the LSU staff to coach in the playoffs because they wanted that staff to stay there, but then they're also complaining about like tampering. But he was just trolling on Twitter.
Yeah,
like,
I saw that on I think it was one of the SEC shows that they were talking about. It's going to be interesting Monday morning.
Lane will take home $1 million if Ole Miss wins the national championship.
Crazy.
that is crazy.
I mean, what do you think's going to happen? Those coaches aren't there the next once Ole Miss loses, the next day they are at LSU.
Right, yeah.
So what does Ole Miss expect to happen by having those coaches come back in? Those conversations are going to be about the future.
yeah.
He probably got bonuses too from Ole Miss because his LSU contract has the same incentives. Like most of those coaches get a bonus if they get there, so it's probably part of his LSU contract where he's like, "Well, yeah, if I leave, I got a chance to make 1.5 if I win the whole thing. Are you guys going to pay me out? If I come take this job."
Yeah. Nick Marsh from Michigan State just committed to Indiana, by the way. I just saw. That's a fantastic pickup by Indiana. They're not going anywhere. But do we want to jump in?
Well, one last thing about the Ole Miss. Shout out the Ole Miss kicker. That boy was.
He was hitting. He would have hit field goals from 70.
Yeah, he was.
He was making
kicking
55
that thing.
plus yarders look like PATs.
I thought it was fucking old Tate out there.
Ohio State should take notes. because their kicker.
They can't find a kicker.
Is he a senior? Is he a senior?
I don't
even know.
but
He
I
ain't
know
on the team next
I know
year. He's
every
from
time he
IMG.
kicked, Lucas and any other the few Ohio State fans in the section were like, just butthole puckered.
They hate him. It is crazy that Ohio State can't find like one good kicker that can make consistent field goals.
I was scrolling through Twitter, and do you remember last year Georgia's playing, and that walk-on kid runs into the ref?
I remember that, yeah.
I just scrolling on Twitter, and it was right after the Georgia Ole Miss game. They were like, I wonder what this kid's doing right now.
I wonder if he's
Parker
still on the,
Jones.
Parker
what's
Jones was his name.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll look up as we keep going. I'll look up if he's still on the team or where he's at.
Yeah, or like what fraternity.
He got
get
grilled
recruited
on
to.
the sideline,
Yeah.
and then you could tell he was.
You can see in the video after he runs into it, he goes, "Oh shit!" Yeah,
And Cam Little just hit a 68-yard field goal. It's crazy.
sophomore alum right there.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, I mean the Oregon Texas Tech game.
We don't even got
We ain't gotta talk about that because that was
game.
just a snooze
Texas
fest.
Tech was clearly not ready for that.
One thing, I hate these Wednesday, Thursday, New Year's Eve games. Like, can we play them on Friday, Saturday? Why change up the?
I kind of like them, Bob.
You don't like him because you don't like New Year's Eve being in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
So that you have to go because you have to go back to work on Friday.
That's true. So if
You
New
wanted
Year's Eve
something to
fell
watch.
on like a Friday, are they playing you that Friday? Probably Friday, Saturday?
Yes,
Is it just always
because
going to be
the-
that Friday?
It'd be Friday, Saturday.
I mean, it's
if
just-
New Year's Day is Saturday, you have one on New Year's Eve. That would be Friday,
Yeah.
and then Saturday. That's what they're going to be. Their New Year's 6 games is what they.
Yeah. I just hate how they were in the middle of the week. I mean, it's like what Lanning said. It should be just every weekend, every Saturday leading up to the national championship.
Yeah, I think that they're probably going to change the schedule up after this year.
What if after this year, with all the bye, like all the people complaining about the having a bye and everything, would they change it to 16 teams?
I don't think they need to make it to 16 teams. They probably will because it brings more engagement and shit. I think it needs to be 8 teams. I think once you get past 8 teams, those teams really don't have a shot at winning the Natty, and we're just putting them in there.
So you don't like
for
the 12?
ratings. I don't like the 12 because, like,
The problem with the 8 is then you're not getting the 8-bet teams. You're still getting the G5 teams, and now you're getting those worst games again.
well, I think we should take They should take G5 out and do 8. Just
But
the
they're not.
top 8.
They're not going to.
No.
Yeah, I know. That's the.
I think they'll leave one
gonna go to
G5.
16.
I think they're going to leave
They're
one
gonna go to
G5.
16. That's
Yeah.
what's going to be the move because then the G5s will be at 15 and 16.
When do you think that happens? In the next 2 years? I don't think it happens next year.
It won't happen next year.
I think
but-
it'll happen pretty quickly, if not next year, the year after.
Okay, Parker Jones update. Yes, he was not on the spring roster, was not brought back to Georgia, and then he ended up graduating from Georgia College and State University.
Oh, my.
Granted, he was a walk-on, but
He was a walk-on, but boy,
he was not brought back.
he was, yeah. They probably had a long talk in
But he does have a pretty attractive wife, and he looks like she has money, according to
Oh, he's
Instagram.
married.
Oh yeah, boy, I can find anything.
He's married. Wow.
He does have an attractive wife, though.
Yes, and it looks like there's some money involved, so he's probably going to live a long and prosperous life. But
I mean, he gets to tell his kids that he cost Georgia national championship, but
Yeah,
crazy.
I remember they somewhat forgived him for that. But can we get into the SEC versus?
yeah, that's
Big
what I was about to.
Ten?
I was about to transition to that, but go ahead.
Yeah, I hosted last week, motherfucker.
Okay,
I know what
yeah,
I'm
this-
doing.
hey, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it.
All right, go ahead.
I think that, and I know you actually agree with me, Coop. This year, the Big Ten officially passed up the SEC. We might be winning our 3rd straight national title. If Miami beats Ole Miss, it'll be the 3rd straight year that an SEC team doesn't even play in the national title game for 3rd straight year.
Big
Then
Ten
you
runs
see
college
these-
football.
You see these bowl games. Vanderbilt, who won 10 games in the SEC's, getting mopped up by an 8-4 Big Ten team.
Yeah, Mississippi State just lost the other night.
And also,
Tennessee, Illinois.
the SEC always had, I always remember the arguments. What they always had, they always had either Bama or Georgia that was like a powerhouse
dog.
that they could always say, like, the Big Ten cannot fuck with them. You don't have a team that can fuck with them. The SEC does not have that anymore. Georgia isn't 2021 Georgia where their defense is full of first-round draft picks and they're just dominating people. Alabama isn't the same. They don't have like that perennial like powerhouse program like they used to. And right now, the Big Ten, we have Ohio State, Indiana,
Oregon.
and it's Oregon. Like, I just think that last year, the SEC still had the argument, but this year is just officially been the baton has been passed.
I've been saying since the beginning of the season that it's the Big Ten's right now. It's Big Ten claims it.
Yeah, I want to hear the SEC guy.
Zach has.
I can tell Zach's ready to have.
Zach looks up at the ceiling.
I'm not
and
gonna
has
argue-
something to say.
I'm not going to argue because I do think you're making valid points. I just think the landscape of football goes through trends. And like you have dominant SEC, you have dominant Big Ten. If you look at national titles over runs, you have these years where it's like, okay,
Straight SEC.
The Big 12 back in like the Big 8 era was the SEC. Early 2000s Big 12 was, while they weren't necessarily winning, but they were in the national title game year after year with Oklahoma or Nebraska, or as the game changes, its landscapes move. And
Yeah.
so I don't want to necessarily say the baton's been moved. I think right now the Big Ten is probably performing better with their top three teams than the SEC top three is. We've discussed that the record this year is kind of inflated a little bit because if you look at those games, two of the SEC teams that were lower end of the SEC ranking wise, they were not ranked, but playing a ranked team in their bowl game. They were expected to lose. So we look at a 1-7. You have two times in the playoffs where two SEC teams played each other. You're guaranteed a loss there. And so, like, I think it's
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
like, it's not that I think the SEC had a terrible performance in the bowl season this year. There's no doubting that, but I think it's inflated a little bit when you look at the landscape of where football is and you look at what games were being played.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to say this. I think, and I told this to Drew the other day, I think the best thing for football right now is not having an SEC or a Big Ten win a national title this year. We need another conference to come in and say
Miami.
It'd be Miami, but like we need that for college football because if the SEC and the Big Ten continue to be the ones winning the titles, all the other conferences aren't going to matter.
True.
And so we need another conference to come in. We need a Miami to come in and say, no, we're not doing this. We're going to win it right now.
Yeah.
I just think the SEC was overrated this year. Looking back on it,
I don't know if it's overrated. I just think we
this year, like
I don't think it's overrated. I just think like there were teams that were overrated. But if you look at the top half, like I don't think Georgia was in the wrong spot. I don't think Ole Miss was in the wrong spot. Yes, Oklahoma got beat by Alabama, but they were in the right spot. I don't think there's teams below them
when I mean
that would have beaten Oklahoma.
What I'm meaning as overrated is like people saying like just how dominant the SEC was going to be this year.
Yes. I mean, I can get on board with that, but like that's also media heads talking because the money is in the SEC when it comes to media because your biggest thing is ESPN who's under contract with the SEC
network, yeah.
Right. And so that's going to get inflated. You have people like Paul Feinbaum that are always going to just talk up Alabama.
I can do fine. Paul Feinbaum.
And so I agree that it's probably overrated. I just think that it's hard for me to say that, yes, the baton has been passed. because I just think we go through these trends.
Yeah. My opinion on the SEC is the bottom is definitely better than the Big Ten. Like the Big Ten's bottom, it's pretty lax. Like no one's worried about Purdue or Rutgers or anything like that. And like South Carolina, who's at the bottom at the SEC, like that's going to be a tough game regardless. But I do think the top has shrunk. It's just gone like this. The SEC, like the top has shrunk, the bottom has improved, and it's just a bunch of like middle teams that can all kind of compete with each other sometimes. I think the Big Ten, their top has just like grown. And I think that the top teams are what really like signifies how good of a conference is. I think it is a tough gauntlet. Like Indiana's schedule, OU had a tougher schedule for sure in their conference, but
I would have to say I agree with what you're saying that it's shrunk. I also think that like the landscape of football, like the recruiting has gone national.
yeah.
Before NIL, these teams that like an LSU had all of Louisiana locked up. Like one player might sneak out.
All of Georgia.
But now all of Georgia was Georgia territory. Like it was locked up to the south. Like you were either going to be at Alabama or Auburn. Oklahoma was going to go down into Dallas.
Yeah.
When you have a school like Indiana that's not good at football, they jump up to the top. That'd be like in the SEC, like in my opinion, that'd be like Kentucky.
Well, it's Vandy. It's Vandy.
Vandy.
Well, yeah.
If Vandy was like 12-0 this year and like
Vandy.
smacking
What I'm
everybody,
saying is like, it's when you have a team in the Big Ten that kind of rises up. You've already got Oregon that's there, Ohio State.
Michigan. I mean, Michigan were 2 years removed from Michigan winning a national title.
I think that's helped the argument with the Big Ten is having Indiana. That's just another team up there at the top, making that conference even tougher.
yeah, the Indiana was definitely, especially the way they treated Alabama, who's like the SEC's big dog for the past 2 decades.
It is going to be weird.
I want to get away from like these. You have teams that played in these conferences that have played nobody in their conference.
The conferences are too big.
Like they're too big. A&M played nobody and got inflated.
Yeah.
Ohio State played outside of Texas, didn't play anybody until Michigan. Got inflated. Like I think they were good. I think that they were the defending national title champions. So like their inflation was already there. It needed to happen. But like in reality, the schedule, because of how big these conferences are, teams are avoiding other teams.
Yeah.
And so we're getting these.
It's not like how it used to be where everybody plays everybody and you actually see who's the best in the conference. If A&M had to play all those other top teams, they would have got exposed.
If they played Oklahoma's schedule,
yeah,
like
They're losing
you
3 or
can't
4
tell
games.
me that at the beginning of the year we would have known that LSU was going to be as bad as they were. Tennessee wasn't going to be as good as they were. Missouri wasn't going to be as good as.
Yeah.
I should restate, as bad as they were.
South Carolina.
But still, playing in Knoxville at night.
Tough environment.
Playing at Alabama. Tough environment. Like, what did A&M do? So that's another inflation of, like, what makes the SEC this whole, it means more, but in reality, they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So it really didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, with the last 2 crown champions being a Big Ten, and then if you have a Big Ten win it this year, would you be like college football runs through?
I mean, I think
Big Ten?
right now, yeah. I think in the landscape of right now, it does run through the Big Ten.
That's respectful. I like that.
Which, yeah, I mean, good chance that you got 2 Big Ten teams, 1 SEC and 1 ACC.
Miami's y'all got to save college football, dude.
Y'all gotta.
That's facts. One little thing I want to add from the Dallas trip that was kind of funny. So we talked about Texas A&M until we move on. Our Uber driver that picked us up from the hotel and took us to the game.
Hearing this.
We got in the car. He had this brand new Tesla. Seemed like a football player. I got in. We started talking ball. He told us that he was a Texas A&M player. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but like the way he was talking about the players, even as he was about to drop us off, he was like, "Yeah, I told Marcel this is how much he's getting paid." Blah 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 blah. Told Marcel he owes the dogs because he was an O lineman. He's like, he owes us a trip to Cancun or blah 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 blah. We get out of the car at the stadium, and Lucas looked up his name. He played at Texas A&M. But he played at West Texas A&M.
See, that's the first thing though. Is like, brother, you're saying you're a Texas A&M player. Why are you working as an Uber driver right now?
Yeah, I mean, granted, he was our driver, and we didn't really question him. We were trying to have good conversation, but it was funny getting out. We looked him up, and Lucas was like, "Oh, he played at Texas A&M. But he played at West Texas A&M."
Yeah.
And then we saw the picture of him. It was like, "Oh, and he's from Arlington. Oh,
What
yeah.
division is West Texas A&M? Is that D3?
Probably FCS. I can look it up.
FCS? They're that high? They're D1?
I would have been like, bro, you are you're
even know
an
that
Uber
university
driver right
existed.
now.
I mean, do you guys think I'm wrong?
Hey, they're the same colors.
Do you think I'm wrong by saying that football needs another conference to win this title?
No.
Like,
I think it makes it better.
It'd be better for it, for sure.
It's actually D2. It's not even FCS.
right.
D2?
That's crazy.
No, I agree that if Miami were to win it and bring the ACC a title, it would be better for the landscape of college football.
Going forward.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because I think even if like Ole Miss wins, it's not good. It
Yeah.
just as much as like Indiana winning, that might be because it's this up and coming team that made a little run last year, made some noise, go all the way this year. That's one thing. But it's still the Big Ten. But an Oregon win,
Yeah.
only inflates the
Power
the Power 2 conferences.
Yeah, I see that point. I do like how it's 4 teams that aren't Alabama and Georgia and Ohio State like it has been every year.
Yeah, I do think that this is the most parity we've had with
Yeah, I
teams
like the
that haven't
parity.
made the Final Four.
I do like parity.
West Texas A&M alumni. A little something for the OKC Thunder. Mo Cheeks. He went to West Texas A&M. So that's a little fun fact out there.
That's a real name?
Yeah, Maurice Cheeks. You don't know who Mo Cheeks is? Dude, you don't know who Mo Cheeks is?
Played in the
Point
80s.
guard.
Played in Philly. Maurice Cheeks.
God, this guy does not know ball.
Yeah.
We don't care about those 80s basketball, all right?
Oh, yeah. Forgot. Okay. Doghouse.
Funny coming from a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
I mean, Showtime
all
was
these
big in the
Showtime
80s,
Lakers,
but yeah.
Hey, we have the most
Doghouse.
modern titles, all right?
I'm pretty sure Mo Cheeks played against the Lakers, Showtime Lakers, but it's okay.
He sounded like he was hella cheeks at basketball.
All right. Anyways, Doghouse. Somebody got
Yeah, I mean,
Got one?
I got one. I'm gonna put Kalen DeBoer in my doghouse. Should have came to Michigan.
Are you sure you wanted him at Michigan?
Oh, I did want him at Michigan. He just doesn't.
I thought
fit.
you said you were like, thank God we didn't get Kalen DeBoer.
I think I said that while we were watching the game, because also I'm a little salty that he didn't come to us, and like, so I'm a hate watch him. But I think he just doesn't fit at Alabama. He has Midwest ties. That's where he started his playing career, coaching career, and he has officially taken the Alabama lore out of. Like, no one views Alabama anymore as like a team you're like scared of. Like, Georgia still has that, where if you're playing Georgia, you're like, fuck, like, we're going to have to, like, really play well to beat Georgia. He has completely given up the Alabama lore in college football. You get belt by Indiana in the Rose Bowl. Like, so I'm putting Kalen DeBoer in my doghouse. Should have came to Ann Arbor.
Got you. My doghouse is, I'm going to put the dog in my doghouse because last episode I missed the podcast and I got some personal life things thrown out there. So
Okay.
I'm gonna put him in the doghouse for just airing out my business. You know, God forbid a man turns into a little lover boy every once in a while.
All I
mean,
said was you had a date.
that wasn't the only thing you said. I'm not gonna go into what else you said, but you said verbatim, which is crazy. I never said that. That did not come out of my mouth.
It
was a
joke. It
I'm gonna put the dog in my doghouse.
I said that I would apologize for making that joke, so I do apologize.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
not a funny joke. That's too far. We don't do jokes on this channel. We're serious ball talk,
It's okay.
college football talk. So, yeah, I apologize for making that joke, Bob.
It's all good. It's all good. Y'all got a doghouse?
I mean, I took Texas Tech as my lock. And I did say don't follow my lead because I didn't believe it even when I took it. But
Is that your first lock that you missed?
that's my first lock that I missed. But I just took it to be different than everybody else in the pod. Yeah, that performance was pathetic. Even if they would have just scored, they wouldn't have been in my doghouse.
They didn't even show
But
up.
they didn't even show up.
They were still on the plane, I heard.
I don't know how these teams put up 0 in these playoff games. Like, what were you game planning for a month for?
I mean, I get how Alabama only scored 3. They have no offense, but Texas Tech had an offense leading up to this point.
It's just those bye teams, and they've been, because you sit how many games?
Sit for 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
About.
It's like you have to I don't know, you got to get the rust off it almost.
My doghouse is the same as Nate's. Alabama, worst postseason loss, worst bowl game loss, if you were to include that too in program history. That just kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, they are 0 because the last time they played in the Rose Bowl, they lost to Michigan as well, right?
I mean, personally, from the SEC purposes, now that Oklahoma's there, it's funny to me that they lost that big. So I'm not putting them in the doghouse. I'm here for it. Keep it coming.
Do you think Oklahoma has a better performance than Alabama in that Rose Bowl?
No, I don't.
I think it's hard to.
I'm sorry, I don't.
They kind of have a struggling offense.
They have a struggling offense.
I think their defense is a lot
I think
better.
their defense is better.
Yeah.
So I still think they get beat. I still think it's not close. I don't think it's 38-3.
Yeah.
No, it just might be 38-10.
No, I think it'd be like more like I think 24-3.
24-10.
Like 24-10. Like I don't think they're scoring 38 points on OU's defense.
Also, you said about 20 minutes ago that you didn't see any team below them losing. I'm sorry, Zach, but Miami's beating OU.
Oh, I mean, what I meant. No. Okay, the restatement here. I do agree with that. I meant below, outside the playoff. Texas beat them, so we can go Texas.
Okay, all right.
But I'm
Notre
saying
Dame?
outside. I don't see it.
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't see it.
I don't know.
It'd be a good game.
Okay, all right. I'll take
I
that.
mean outside. So I'll agree with the Miami would beat them.
All right, cool.
Oklahoma, they earned their way to be there, so we're not gonna disrespect them.
Yeah. Smash or pass.
Yeah,
Drew
so
Pop.
we've got one that I've been. It's kind of been sitting on ice. It's going to be a little bit quicker. So it's the coaching carousel edition.
This is a speed round.
Speed round. I'm just going to give you 2 coaches at new jobs. You tell me who you're going to smash or pass based on success 4 years from now.
I love it.
So this is,
We'll start a little lower and then work our way up. So the first 2 I've got kind of lower SEC teams. Alex Galesh, new coach at Auburn, or Ryan Silverfield, new head coach at Arkansas?
Auburn. I'm going to take Galesh.
It's goalish.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'd probably take Golish too. He's born in Russia.
Yeah, he's a
Silverfield, Memphis fans wanted him fired at Memphis, so that was just a horrible hire from Arkansas.
All right, we'll stay in the SEC. A little bit bigger programs.
Galesh makes me blush.
Pete Golding, Ole Miss. Think he keeps it? Or John Summerall at Florida. Florida's a good job.
I like Golding. I like his energy that he brings to Ole Miss.
Yeah, I would say Pete Golding also. I also think Florida's just a coaching fucking graveyard, and they don't give coaches any chances there.
And
Golding, they're bought in on. Ole
Golding,
Miss
you
fans.
see him come out with the pin in his ear and his hat, you know that man meaning business.
Yeah, he's got some swagger. I like him.
All right, next 2. 2 different conferences, but one's a bigger name. One I know we've talked about as having some steam behind him. Eric Morris at OSU or James Franklin at Virginia Tech?
Ooh. Man, that's
Eric
tough.
Morris, OSU, they just signed
That's the
Messi Maker. They'll have him for 2 years if he stays.
I would probably go James Franklin just because the ACC is wide open. He's a coach that has shown that he can win at big levels, but I love Eric Morris at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I'm going to go Eric Morris because I think it's going to be fun to see the turnaround that he can do for OSU.
was
OSU's
curious.
been
I mean,
bad
that
the last
turnaround is winning one more game.
I mean, yeah.
Win one big,
Zach was gonna
big
say,
Yeah,
12 game.
I mean, yeah.
there. I knew Zach was going to find a way to sneak this in. But I was curious as to if y'all were going to say Morris, because we talked about Morris being a good hire. Obviously, the Big 12 is a little bit more. It's like the ACC; it's wide open too. You got
Yeah.
Texas Tech, and then
And it'll be interesting to see what Messmaker does.
Yeah. I had to slide a little diss on OSU, but I do think that's a great hire. I think the turnaround is going to be fun to watch. And for my OSU fan friends, I want you guys to
It's a good hire for them.
good hire. I want you guys to win games. I felt like Oklahoma and Texas kind of handed you guys the keys, said, here you go.
And you got a little too scared.
and Texas Tech snatched the keys from him.
yeah.
Yeah,
it was
I don't
about-
see.
Still little bros.
I don't see Eric Morris being there in like 4 years though. I see
Yeah.
him.
But I said smash or pass. Success about 4 years from now. Like if Morris is getting a higher job and Franklin's getting hired or fired, then there you go.
I do like Franklin at Virginia Tech, especially what
Tough
he's been
one.
doing.
I just think that Oklahoma State is a stepping stone. So I agree with you. I don't think he's going to be there in 4 years. That job's not going to be a powerhouse job that someone comes in and stays at like Gundy did.
Yeah, I agree.
Before
with that.
Gundy, it was a stepping stone job. They got to a really high level. It's going to go back to being somewhat like that because you're still going to have to compete with Texas Tech for
BYU.
Utah,
Colorado.
Arizona State,
Colorado.
Arizona State. Not going to bring up Colorado.
not Colorado.
Colorado did better than them this year.
Kansas State. Like these programs are still there.
Yeah.
All right, the last two, the two big name hires. I already know Nate's answer to it. Lane Kiffin, LSU, or Kyle Whittingham at.
I'm gonna take Lane Kiffin because I already know what he's gonna pick. I do like y'all's hire, but I just like the background and everything with Lane Kiffin.
I mean, they're both perfect, like fits for the job. Or Lane Kiffin fits LSU so much. Whittingham fits Michigan, but obviously, yeah, I got to take Whittingham. Whittingham's a better coach than Lane Kiffin right now. I'll say that. He has a better reputation, better
reputation. Yes.
He's
I don't
won
know
a
if he's a
lot
better
more.
coach. I don't know if he's a better coach.
I mean, right now it's tough to say because Kiffin has that portal shit down, but
I do like his press conference when they were like, "What are your thoughts on Ohio State?" And he was like, "Or like, do you hate Ohio State?" And he was like, "I do now."
yeah, a lot of
That's pretty
Michigan
funny.
fans actually didn't like that because he said, "I guess I do now." Like, we
okay,
want him to
okay.
be like, once you take the Michigan job, you have to like absolutely hate them boys. I did say Kyle Whittingham was a top 5 coach in the sport on this podcast earlier this year before
did.
he was even rumored to
Pull
Michigan.
up a clip.
So,
Pull up a clip.
yeah, we can add that clip. Defensive team, and Kyle Whittingham, he's one of the best coaches in the sport. Period. What he's been doing there at Utah, and I think he's going to come back.
Is Biff staying there? Whatever. Pokey.
No, Biff is gone.
He's out.
Yeah, he's gone.
What a beast.
I'm,
were you gonna
I'm
say?
taking Captain Troll
Yeah.
all day, every day.
Yeah. Same here. And I tell you what, the place to be on Saturday, September 19th, 2026, Oxford, Mississippi. That's Lane Kiffin's return. LSU versus Ole Miss. That's going to be that has to be game day, in my opinion.
Yeah, they'll build that. They'll build that storyline up.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yep, that's all we got.
All right.
I'm gonna have to get creative on Smash or Pass for the last one of the season next week.
Yeah,
We've had some dicey
We
ones
got
this
trivia
year.
next week.
Okay, well, so yeah, that concludes this season's Smash or Pass. Thank you all for participating. I know it's been a little dicey at times, but
Yeah.
We've had some great ones.
Yeah, that was
We've done wives.
I've been waiting to do the coaching carousel, but it was good to do it at the end of the season.
that was Drew's hit it. And
I'm glad we
Quit It
waited
edition.
because Kyle, I wouldn't have had him if I'd done it a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. I like that.
All right, time for the semifinal previews for these games. We are going to start at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. We got number 1 Indiana taking on number 5 Oregon. Rematch from earlier this season. Indiana is a 4.5 favorite. Over under is 46.5. like I said earlier, with like teams playing each other twice in a season, I really want to take Oregon just because of the trend that has been going on. But I also am really bought into Indiana, and I want to see Indiana have that storybook ending. Mm-hmm. So I'm probably going to take the over 46.5.
Okay.
And that's what I like. I like the 46.5.
I like that. Oregon's offense is definitely one of the best in the country. I'll probably be taking Indiana spread in this. I kind of agree with you about like the Oregon point, how they played them already. Like
Oregon get back.
Yeah, like to be honest, I don't even know if I'll put actual money on the Indiana -4 because like I could very easily see Oregon winning. Mm-hmm. Like Oregon's very good, but yeah, I have to take Indiana. Like the storyline, the quarterback. I'm fully bought in on them. I have a tweet saying they were the best team in the country, like from 2 months ago. So I want to, like, after they win the Natty, be able to, show that off. So, yeah, I'll be taking Indiana in that. Jack, Drew, y'all got anything?
Picks?
It's on his phone.
I'm trying to find this tweet that it's regarding all 4 teams.
Indiana is playing like a team on a mission right now. Yeah, we talked about how it's tough to beat the same team twice, but I don't know. Indiana they look like the team of destiny, in my opinion. So yeah, I'd take 4 points. Is just such a weird spread, though.
Yeah, it is a weird line.
I'll ride with the over 46.5 with Coop because I could see it being a pretty high scoring game.
I like that.
So you know me as the one that rides with emotion. I hate Oregon. It turns to a fumble that was never recovered by Oregon.
Yeah, true.
That onside kick.
Onside kick that was never recovered by Oregon in the first place. I think I see the trend of Oregon and Indiana already playing. You'd think that Oregon would have a little bit better game plan, but I also think that all the trash that they were talking about Oregon's defense going up in against Texas Tech and all this leading up to that game, I think Oregon may have just played their Super Bowl. They had to prove a point in that game. I think Indiana has proven a point all year versus showing up for one game after JMU put up points on them. So give me Indiana.
Like that.
Okay.
Taking their spread?
What's the spread again?
-4.
Yeah, take the spread.
It's simple. I win. Google me.
He be dropping some bars, dude.
Man, and bars.
He said a bar at the Rose Bowl, too. He said, like, they asked him a question. He was like, it'll make a great movie. And the whole crowd went crazy.
But yeah, this is Josh Pate tweeted this the other day. We're guaranteed to see a head coach win its first national championship because all 4 teams. And then all 4 teams are from the Saban coaching tree. That was
That's why Bama fans are even madder at Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's the reason. The lore is gone because all of Saban's tree.
Little disciples.
The disciples are all coaching all these other teams.
Yeah.
And they didn't go after them.
Yeah.
And we are Indiana, Ole Miss, Oregon, never won a national championship. And then this is Miami's first since 2001.
2 or 1?
2001 was the last time y'all won it?
Sorry, I was picking up some background stuff. What was the question?
This will be Miami's first national championship if they win it since
2001.
2001. Okay, so yeah, we're just like
Yep, should have repeated. They got screwed out.
it's just like a brand new Final
Florida.
Four.
In 2000, they beat Florida State in the BCS. Granted, Florida State the national championship appearance. Over.
I'm definitely thankful for that because that meant an Oklahoma national title.
And
they
Thank you, Chris Winkie.
They beat
OU would not have been able to compete with Miami. That Miami team was loaded.
Thank you, Chris Winkie.
Is that when they had like Shockey?
I mean, I could pull it up. But yeah, Jonathan Vilma, DJ Williams, Ed Reed, Antrell Roll, Philip Buchanan.
That was when it was the
That's just defensive players. And then you go to the offensive side, Andre Johnson, Santana Moss, Their running back stable was Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee, and Frank Gore was the third string running back. Frank Gore, who's 7th all time in NFL rushing yards, was third string. Ken Dorsey, Shockey. I think Kellen Winslow was young there. Offensive line. I mean, that team. It was like multiple Pro Bowl, All Pros, Hall of Famers, all across the board.
It's the 2019 LSU team.
That's why they wouldn't have been able to compete with OU. I'm sorry.
I didn't argue when you said it. I said, thank you, Chris Winkie.
Was that the year that y'all lost to Ohio State? Was when y'all had that roster?
They beat Nebraska. They turned around and beat Nebraska the year after. That was Andre Johnson's last year. They still had quite a few guys coming back from 2002. But, 2002 was when they lost to they got screwed by Ohio State.
Yeah.
All right. Last one, Fiesta Bowl. We got number 6 Ole Miss taking on, what is Miami, the 10 seed? Mm-hmm. Number 10 Miami. Miami is a 3.5-point favorite. Over under is 51.5. I will be taking the Canes. The curse has been broken. I'm rooting for the Canes going forward.
Drew?
It's all about the U.
I'll go last because I've quite a stuff pulled up about them. I did a lot of research today between Ole Miss and Miami. So we'll let Nate go first.
Okay.
And then Zach can go.
Well, Zach, do you have a pick? Because I feel like I have a contrary opinion.
I mean, I'm just going to be simple. I'm sitting next to a Miami fan. I'm not going to go against my buddy over here.
Yeah, it's like you're like at gunpoint almost.
The U.
The U, okay. Baby. Okay.
And the line dropped. It's now 2.5.
Oh, yeah. Definitely taking the U.
Yeah, I'm taking the U.
To cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are good picks.
Hopefully y'all don't have to kick.
Yeah, we didn't have to worry about kicking at AT&T.
No.
Tough to kick when you got 40-mile-per-hour winds in College Station.
That's true.
That is true. For me, I'm a big Miami guy. I'm going to be rooting for them. I've been saying that since preseason, even when the Miami fans didn't believe, I was believing. So I'm going to be rooting for them for sure. But this does feel like we talked about it last night. That meme of the guy standing up in the courtroom saying the crazy thing.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like with saying that Ole Miss is a worse matchup for Miami than Georgia because my reasons are the last 2 teams that Miami has played, A&M and Ohio State, both those teams want to make it a line of scrimmage game. They both want to run the ball a whole lot. They have slower offenses. They want their line of scrimmages to shine. With Ole Miss, their offense is
Flashy
built
plays
to take away the opposing defensive line. Like you can ask OU fans who played them, they make your D-line just non-existent because they have these quick passes. They run tempo. They get your defense on the heels. And when Trinidad Chambliss is like playing the way that he's playing, they are so tough to stop. That's why I'm worried about Miami. I also feel like if they were playing Georgia, they would have that chip on their shoulder. The entire media is going to be picking Georgia like they did the last 2 games, having that chip. This week, we're going to be hearing Miami the entire time, and Cristobal, he worries me with that. So that's why if I had to bet, I would be putting it on Ole Miss's spread. But I am rooting for Miami. I'm not going to bet anything. I'm going to be rooting for Miami. I'm just a little nervous.
That would have been a cool storyline of Georgia and Carson Beck, Miami.
It would have been.
That would have been cool.
I don't know if the narrative. I've seen more people writing. I've seen more predictions for Ole Miss to win.
A lot of people are talking about Trinidad. Talking about how he should have been, the way he's playing right now, he should have been at New York.
My big thing on that game is, can Trinidad play hero ball again? Because he really did play hero ball. In reality.
Yeah.
Like he made some crazy throws.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know
He's
if...
doing it all year.
I think the big thing, obviously the big matchup is their offense against Miami's defense. Georgia, got a little stat here. So... Georgia, yes, they have a good defensive line, and they didn't really get the sacks that they needed against Trinidad. But in true sack percentage, Georgia is 124th in the country in true sack percentage per game. Miami is 7th. I don't think he's going to be running around, trying to evade. It's a lot different when you're trying to evade Mesidor, Bain, and those other guys in that interior defensive line. I think the key is going to be Miami doing exactly what they did against Ohio State, just rushing 4, letting those guys pin their ears back and get after the QB. They're going to have to contain Trinidad, obviously, but it's going to allow the linebackers they don't really have to blitz 6 or 7 guys. You know what I mean? The defensive line's good enough to just let them get after him. Also, it's not like, yes, Ole Miss's offense is good, but Miami has played 6 of the top 25 teams in offensive efficiency, and then also 6 of the top 25 teams in scoring offenses. And I won't tell you, exactly but they held them to at least 24 points or lower. That includes Notre Dame, who's ranked 3rd, Ohio State 6th, Texas A&M's 13, South Florida 14, NC State 17, and surprisingly FSU. And they held all those teams to at least 24 points or lower. So the Miami defense is going to be fired up. The big thing is going to be they can't get in the shootout with Ole Miss. Stop the run like you have all year long and just force 3 and outs and just pound the ball. If you try and get in the shootout with Ole Miss, that's where it's going to go wrong, in my opinion. If you can stop the run like you have all season, I don't think Ole Miss, they have like the 68th best run defense.
Ole Miss wants to get into tempo.
They do. But I don't think their defense is going to be able to stop Miami from just being able to pound the ball down their throats.
They shouldn't, no.
In my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
So, yes. With all that being said, also, O.J., Frederic, and Damari Brown, they got 2 DBs that are also – Damari Brown didn't play against Ohio State. Frederic got hurt. Both those guys were practicing. Everybody should be fully healthy, should be back. Obviously, I'm taking Miami, but I think Miami minus 2.5 is the play here.
I like that. If Ole Miss and Indiana –
if that's the national championship, that's
kind of what
that's a storybook.
Yeah, that's kind of
Mendoza versus Chambliss.
That's kind of what I'm envisioning is like these 2 teams. Ole Miss, they lose their coach. They have this crazy story. Indiana has this crazy story. It's just the craziest national championship game like ever. That's kind of what I'm envisioning.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong though. I hope Miami fucking smacks them.
Ole Miss let Kentucky run for 172 yards. Georgia ran for 221, and the first time they played, I think they ran for like 112 the last game.
Don't get me wrong, Fletcher's been getting busy.
They let Mississippi State run for 260 yards on them. I just don't see Ole Miss's defense being able to compete in the trenches. But if Trinidad has a game like he does against Georgia, that's what worries me.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to replicate, though. I'm really worried about fucking Carson Beck. Just like throwing like 2 interceptions that is just like fucking like what are you doing? He's been playing well.
They've seemed to kind of slow the game down. They're playing real methodical. Ole Miss is going to sell out and try and stop the run. Yeah, they're going to have to. So the explosive plays will be there. It's just going to come down to if Beck can connect. Special teams is going to play a big factor. Tony, he can flip the field in a heartbeat. I am not as confident as I was. I mean, granted, whenever Ole Miss won, I think I sent in the group chat, give me Ole Miss, we got this. After really looking at it, Miami's going to have to play well, 100%. I'm not as confident as I was. Like, Texas A&M game, I had no doubt they were going to lose that game. Ohio State was a little worried. It's all going to come down to Trinidad.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's going to be a great-ass game.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch. For sure.
What are you looking up?
Why you all up in my business, bruh?
I was just seeing what you're looking up,
Yeah, maybe I was gonna ask something else.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Waiting for you to host the show, Bob.
You hosted it last week. You wanna be like Texas Tech and snatch the keys from me?
Nah, Bob.
Okay,
I'm
then.
a team player.
Settle down there, OSU. Are we still giving locks?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so what's your lock? Baby boy.
What's your lock?
I asked you first.
No, I'm gonna big dick you and take over this segment. We're gonna go ahead and jump into our locks. Drew, you got a lock for us, bub? Is it Miami?
Oh, easily. Miami -2.5.
Okay. Zach, you got a lock for us?
Miami +2.5.
-2.5.
Mine will be. I'll take Indiana -4. I'll ride with them.
I'm taking Indiana, Oregon over 46.5 points.
Is there a lock? Okay. I like that. Those are good
And
locks.
we're gonna do a little quick thing. We're gonna rank the New Year 6 bowls in order of y'all's favorite.
I mean, it's Rose Bowl and everybody else, huh?
I mean,
I think the Rose Bowl is
Rose Bowl is number one.
no matter what. Like that's across the board. But then we can have.
We rank them together, or is it?
Should we do a?
We can do a group ranking.
Group one? Okay, so Rose Bowl's number one.
Me
Me personally, number 2, I'm going Fiesta Bowl.
No.
That's just me, though.
The Fiesta Bowl does. I think it's the Orange Bowl. There's more about the Orange Bowl. Like that is the second. That's the grandmother of if the granddaddy of them all is the Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl is the grandmother of the
grandmommy of them all.
Yes, like that. Yeah. Those two games have meant more to the national titles than the Fiesta Bowl, than the Cotton Bowl. Than
I don't think we're gonna all be able to agree. So Coop, you just go. We'll just go around the room.
I mean, I said Fiesta Bowl as number 2 for me, but I can also get down with the Orange Bowl.
What's your top? Do your 5.
I thought we were all doing it.
Yeah, but what's your 5, and then we can see what we think.
Oh, my 5? I'd probably go Rose Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, Orange, Sugar, Peach, Cotton Bowl.
I'd probably go Rose.
Because Cotton Bowl and Peach just got introduced how long ago?
Well,
because it used to be just.
Well, the Cotton Bowl was the day before. I think the day or two before. It wasn't like
it wasn't a big. It wasn't a part of what.
Well, it wasn't the 4, and it may have still been a New Year's 6 game. Prior to that, it just wasn't considered the.
It wasn't in the.
It wasn't the BCS rotation.
Yeah, I'd probably go Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, and then honestly, you could just sub out any of the other 4. Like to me, they're all the same kind of ordeals. I guess I'd go Fiesta 3, Cotton 4. I love the Cotton Bowl, Peach Bowl, and then the last one, Sugar Bowl, would be mine.
I'm going, I think Rose Bowl, 1. Orange Bowl, 2, just because of the history.
Okay.
Sugar Bowl, 3.
Really?
Yeah. Sugar Bowl's got some history, too. I say Cotton Bowl, 4th. Actually, no, I'd go Fiesta 4, Cotton 5, Peach 6.
Okay. Zach, we already know what his is.
I'm going to say the Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl. I'm right there with you. The Sugar Bowl has history to it. Fiesta does because that's like a little bit of history, but not as much as those other 3. And then Peach Bowl. And then I'm going to put the Cotton Bowl there at the bottom because when it changed from the Cotton Bowl to Jerry World, it kind of lost its lore for me. It's not the Cotton Bowl anymore.
Well, true, yeah. It'd be cool if they would go back and play it at the old Cotton Bowl.
Okay, so we're doing Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, Sugar Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, Peach, then Cotton.
I think Peach for sure is the last.
Peach or the Cotton is last?
I think that's...
I'd probably say Cotton.
Put Cotton.
You can put Cotton last. That's fine.
Okay. It's a good list.
Facts.
It's basically the BCS 4.
And then
the rest, the other 2.
Which I'd probably put Fiesta over Sugar. But.
Hey, let's talk about this. What would you do if they went away from playing those in the playoff and had home games in both the first 2 rounds?
At least the semifinals has to be.
Then the semifinals and the national title rotate between 4. One gets knocked out every year, but you keep rotating between the 4 big ones.
I mean, that might help with the bye issue because if you have a bye and you get a home game instead of a neutral site, could help with that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I would like seeing that.
Well, if you go to 16, there is no bye.
Yeah, if it's at 16,
there's no bye.
They would have to do it 4, right? With 16, just do the 4 bowl games. Or I guess they could keep it at 8 and do all the bowl games.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that like if you went to 16, there is no bye, and you still could just do home games for all those teams right there.
First 2 rounds, and then
I think that's the better formula because with the way nobody plays in bowl games, if you're rotating. Okay, say the Orange Bowl, it's not in the game or it's not in the playoff format that year as they're rotating. So instead, the Orange Bowl would be, 2 like a Michigan-Texas game. Mm-hmm. The thing that sucks about that though is when you have Texas that has a bunch of players that don't play, it's like what's the point? What's the point anymore?
Yeah.
So I think if 16 seems to be what they're trending to, right? Isn't that what the target is? 16.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just more money and more viewership.
Or everybody play. There is no bye. You eliminate the bye aspect. Everybody gets a first round game, or if you're the higher seed, you get to play at home, and then you move on from there, and you're playing.
Or hear me out. The one that's rotated out, you do a G5 national title. That is the G5 national title game. Is that site? So the one that rotates out is that.
I would like that
title game.
I think the Rose Bowl, they should put that as a semifinal game every single year. Yeah. Like if you win the Rose Bowl, you're going to the Natty.
To the Natty, you got to get through the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rose Bowl is just something about it.
Facts, got that aura, Bob.
Cincinnati got fucking roses dumped on him.
Yeah, what's your top bowl game post game drop? Like you had the Duke's mayo that they dropped mayo all over the coach.
I don't know, something about that Pop-Tart bowl, dude.
Pop-Tart's
you see those
fun.
Pop-Tarts start dancing on top of that
The
toaster.
sacrifice
Yeah.
toasted.
Pop-Tart Bowl's fun.
I'd probably say, I don't know. I always thought it was cool the players eating the oranges after the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, what was the one where they threw, didn't they used to throw,
Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, they would throw the chips on the field.
Yep. But that was after playing off of the oranges being thrown on the field from the Orange Bowl. That's been a thing.
Did y'all see with the Snoop Dogg Bowl, all the players are ripping blunts on the sideline afterwards?
I mean, it's fitting the sponsor.
He caught a kickoff too.
The Swisher Bowl, the Swisher Sweets Bowl.
Yeah, I saw him. He caught the kickoff. One of the ball. Snoop Dogg. He ran out on the field because it was like a fair catch, kind of. And went in the back of the end zone. He ran out there and he caught the ball.
Bet that.
He said, "Damn, cuz I fell."
That's crazy. That's racist as hell.
No, it's not. God, I'm trying to think of another bowl game.
Like classic ones, or
no, like what he was talking about, the dumping or like the ceremony that they do. I remember when Fiesta Bowl was PlayStation, every single player, this is when PS5 came out, every single player got a PS5.
Duke's Mayo Bowl. You could just have some guy up there just lathering himself up.
No, that's what it was. It was the
Duke's
coach,
Mayo. They literally poured
dumped mayo on the coach and his kids.
Okay, that's
gross.
It's gross. I agree.
More bunch of white people saying mayo's gross. Mayo's tremendous, dude.
No, just getting dumped on you.
though?
Like, give me all the mayo.
Like you're cleaning mayo out of your ears, and
I guess good point.
do you think the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl you're eating peaches, or are you eating a Chick-fil-A sandwich since it's a Chick-fil-A?
I don't
You're probably
know. I
a
might
Chick-fil-A sandwich with a peach
With peach sauce.
with a peach smoothie. So they have the ice cream.
Frosted Flakes Bowl. There was a player they had a big bowl of
that
Frosted
Tony
Flakes.
the Tiger?
Yeah, there's a big guy jumped in a big bowl full of Frosted Flakes.
So does the famous Idaho Potato Bowl get mashed potatoes?
Or you just
Baked potatoes.
just throw
Baked
potatoes?
Yeah. Fucking potato launcher.
Just throwing French fries.
That's funny. All right. Well, this is the college football playoffs semifinal episode. National championship will be in 2 weeks.
The 19th.
Monday,
Monday the 19th.
So yeah, we will have an episode going into that. You know, depending on the outcome of this game, Drew might have to get back on camera because he's going to be so hyped for Miami.
It's a home game for Miami if they can get there.
It's a home game, yeah. I might be in Vegas, so I might be putting in some slips for the fellas as well. Work trip. So, yeah, I might hop on FaceTime for the podcast episode. Do you have anything else before we break it down?
No, bub. Excited about these semifinals games. These are the best time of the year. These games are going to be fucking electric.
I mean, it's just one more week until college football is over.
I know. It's crazy.
It flew by.
I will be posted up at the garage in Midtown on Thursday
Facts.
for the game.
Pull up. You got a
Anybody wants to
$5
say
cover
what's
charge. Just kidding. There's no cover charge.
If Miami goes to Natty, you going to the game?
It's going to be way too expensive.
Are we having
Yeah.
a watch party?
we'll have a
Are we
watch
going
party.
live?
That might be the one where we go live.
Are we going live?
If Miami plays in it.
Dude, you know what else is also
We probably
Monday?
have to go live.
Are we forgetting what else is also Monday, brothers?
What?
Come on, January 19th. What's Monday? Don't.
Martin Luther King
Mom's birthday?
Yes, it is Mom's birthday. Wow.
Day. Martin Luther King Day.
Wow.
I knew it's coming up, and it's on a Monday.
Wouldn't that be a beautiful gift to Angela? Just a Miami national championship.
Yeah, we might have to go live for that. Honestly, that might have to be the first thing we go live.
Catered by
You aren't
Angela
wrong though. That is Martin Luther King
with
Day.
her cookies.
For. Okay, all right. I thought that it was MLK Day.
19th MLK Day?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Attaboy Drew.
Attaboy, yeah.
Knowing yo black history facts, boy.
Yeah, you know.
Boy knows his
we're cultured.
holidays. All right, well, yeah, that is this week's episode. We will see y'all next week. Like and subscribe, and let's go Canes, baby. All right, so this is Any Given Weekend, and let's have
Let's have a weekend.